Om Gangadipataye Namaha. Namaste. Welcome to the essence of Dharma. So this is our introduction, and you'll probably find this video on YouTube, but you should also take a look at the blog site, which I've linked in the video description. That contains a highly edited sort of a script, a summary of what the post is all about. And so the video and the blog go together, like the program and the opera. So you should read both of them. And when you do, you'll get a lot more out of this series. So what is the purpose of this series? Association, sanga. Say, sanga means coming together like a community for a particular interest. And what is our interest? Sat, truth. Not just any kind of truth, but eternal truth. That truth which never changes. That knowledge, once known, there is nothing left to know. And what is that? Self-realization, enlightenment, nirvana. Different religions, different paths call it by different names, but it's the same thing, the same experience. So this sat isn't ordinary knowledge. It's not book learning. It's not theory, although it has a theoretical component. But that theory is just like a seed. You plant a seed in the ground, then you water it. And by watering and caring for it, it grows into a big tree and produces fruits. But if you don't take care of it, or if you never plant it in the first place, you're not going to get any fruit. And even so, you have to be patient, steady, determined, not get swayed by different distractions, and take care of that tree until it's done. So in the same way, the knowledge of the spiritual path is a seed, is to give you the concept. Then you have to plant it in the rich soil of experience and water it with your daily practice. Has to be daily, has to be regular for a long time. Maybe several lifetimes until you attain the fruit. And the fruit is enlightenment, moksha, liberation, freedom from all suffering forever. So the process is, or it begins with sanga, satsanga. Sat is the truth, but it's also the people who know the truth are also sat, the realized souls. So we're very fortunate. We stay in Tiruvannamalai, Tamil Nadu, India. And here is an ancient holy place. There's a mountain 10 times older than the Himalayas here. That is a form of Shiva. And so by simply worshiping this mountain, simply even remembering this mountain, Arunachala, one can get liberation. But of course, one has to remember in a specific way. That's the path of sadhana. So we're going to be going over this path. First the theoretical and then the practical knowledge. Really what this is yoga, but not the ordinary yoga that you get down at the corner yoga center or at the mall or wherever they are these days. This is the original, complete system of yoga, which has as its goal complete enlightenment. So now anything that's big and complicated and expensive is going to have a manual. And so the manual, in this case, is the Vedanta. Vedanta, Veda means knowledge, and Anta means the end, the conclusion, or the ultimate. So Vedanta is the ultimate knowledge of Vedas, and Vedas means knowledge of spiritual life. So by studying Vedanta, we get the original, complete yoga system, free from any distortions or omissions, free from any bias caused by sectarian considerations. And that is our sanga. That's the foundation of our sanga. We have a nice ashram in a small village. There's fields and cows all around, and it's really quiet. It's very nice here. And we want to invite you to learn this teaching and then come here and practice it. So before you come, take a look at this series. Go through the whole playlist. Read the blog posts associated with each video. And then begin the practices yourself. And of course, the first practice is simply understanding what this is all about. I think everybody in the world who does anything does it more or less out of the motivation to decrease or eliminate suffering. The whole Buddha's teaching is all about eliminating suffering. So the aim of yoga and the techniques of yoga are also motivated by this same aim. We want to get rid of suffering. And how do we do that? Well, we get rid of the conditions that cause it. So that begins with knowledge. You have to know why you're suffering, what suffering is. You have to understand that you're in a trap, how the trap works, and how it can be released. So this is knowledge of yoga. Yoga means joining. It comes from the word yukt. Yukt means to hitch, to join together, like hitching a horse to a cart, or connecting two things together, like with a wire. Then you can send energy or images or any kind of information across that wire. So what are the two things being hooked together? The individual being and the supreme being. The jiva and the paramatma. So what is this supreme being? In the Upanishads, he's described as Brahman. Brahman is one without a second. He is fully conscious, never unconscious. He is always the cause, never the effect of anything. He never changes. He has no activities, no desires, no movement, no location. He's beyond time and space. And there's so many nice descriptions in the Upanishads. We'll get to them as we go through this series. It's going to be quite an extensive series. And I hope you stay with us through the whole thing, because you're going to get some tremendous benefit from it. And of course, the greatest benefit that anyone can hope for is moksha, liberation, freedom from birth and death, freedom from suffering, nirvana, bliss. So please stay with us. Follow these posts in order. That's very important, because the later posts assume that you have the knowledge of the formers. So please do stay with us, and we will wish you all the best with the ultimate goal of complete remission from suffering. Om Tat Sat. Om Harihi Om.